Good morning from the Fredericktown Homestead. Sandra and I come to you this morning at the Homestead. We've come up with some real issues. She's going to try and explain what we've got that we're dealing with. We're trying to trim out the doors and windows so that we can finish a room. She's going to try and explain it. Here you go.
Okay, so the problem we've come across is the way they build old houses apparently is they use hard wood, so they're not like the houses I'm used to seeing where you have headers and you don't have this wood sticking out a half an inch. So if you can see here, it's at least, this is a little too high, but sticking out that much. So if we were to try to use this to do some molding around the window, we could do it, it might work, but then you have a big void in the back of at least a half an inch to 3/4 of an inch in the back. You can see. Look at that. My whole hand fits behind it. So we were thinking about using some of the wood we have, some of the hardwood, to go behind it that would fit, just to make sure it made it fit level like this. So it still would look really nice and clean without having to use any kind of quarter rounds or any kind of fancy smaller molding around it to have more of an expense. On the top, I'm thinking about just having a header with another piece of prettier on the top just to make it have a little fancy. And on the bottom, we have a probably 4-inch, maybe 5. I think maybe that's a 5. Here, we're gonna cut it out to where it fits in here perfect to set it down so we have a nice little window. I guess a window sill, but it'd be really nice. And then put another one underneath this way. But again, we had the same problem with these voids. So now we have a half an inch behind this. And we may end up just using this shorter, the thinner, half inch behind it all. But is there another way? Does somebody have another way that maybe they've come across these older windows that they can give us a heads up, maybe help us out a little, tell us, give us some instruction on these older. This is a way older house that I've never done one more than 100 years old. So around 100 is about the oldest of a house I've worked on. So I guess this is how they did it. I'm not sure why. I'm sure that somebody knows. Maybe. You think you can? I don't know.
Let's look at another window.
Okay.
Let's
Which one? If we go in here, the window. This is a new window. That one had installed just like that one. I haven't done all the detail work of cleaning up all the around it. But it's the same thing. It's not as, this one's only like a little bit less of a lip that's going to be there. If you can see that.
About a quarter.
So,
And this one doesn't have the nasties up top.
it doesn't, which is odd. I think it does, but I don't know. I really don't know.
And it doesn't have the nasties down bottom either.
It's kind of odd. It's not like any of the other windows. It's just a different thing. This one would be a little easier because I think we could do it and then do a quarter round or something around the edges, which would clean it up. But you still have to put a backing to hold it on there straight and flush. So, which is fine. We have a whole bunch of wood out in the Quonset that we could use for this, right, people? Got a ton of it. So we can use it behind that if that's going to be the best suggestion. You guys let us know. We really need advice from somebody who may know better than us.
Let's look at the doorway going out to the, I think it's into the pantry or?
Yeah. This one's weird because on top it's like almost flush. On the bottom it goes to almost a half an inch or even thicker.
5/8. So 5/8 on the bottom there, 1/4 inch to, and here's 5/8 up here.
So it's
and it's 1/4 inch on the bottom.
It's just not nice. But
we do have the advantage of the planer, and we can plane to any thickness, but it's very hard to plane to a wedge shape. When we can't plane to one thickness, I don't know how to do this, guys. Maybe you guys can come along and help us. This wall here, this doorway is flush until you get up to about here, and then it comes out to about 1/8 up there.
But on
and this side of it's got almost a full inch. And plus it's got nasty wood sticking out.
I don't know.
We need to be able to trim this out. And optimally, we would like to do it pretty quickly because we want to paint and we want to do all this before the floor. Get back to us if you got any ideas.
Yes,
we got
please.
one more window to show you here.
Yeah, this one's a
What?
little bit more flush, right? It's just a little more flush, but we still got to do some detail work once we put it around the inside.
What would you do with this window? How would you trim it out? Would you just put trim on the paneling and call it good, or we really want it to look
Finished.
better than standard.
Give it the respect that this house deserves. You know, it's an old, beautiful house.
We got the other. This is a mate to that other window, and it's so we got two that if you give us the answer to one, we'll use it on two.
And also that one's going to be easier. I think the sliding glass door will be a
That
lot.
one I can handle.
Yes, because we can just do it and then a piece of a quarter round probably.
Yeah, that one's doable. But we need some help on how to trim out our windows and doors. So anything you could do would be a great help. Thank you. You can see we're living in a bit of a construction site here. Thank you. We hope that you'll subscribe to the Fredericktown Homestead and give us a like. Thank you, and God bless.